Why is mine so zoomed out?
We are live now, just letting you know.
That's fine. Oh, look at me zoom in.
Big head ass girl.
That's okay. I
Oh,
have a big heart too. It makes up for the lack of titties and ass that I have.
oh. All right, he's calling it now. Let's see if he can come in. What's up, truck driver?
You, bruh, I'm not even, man. I'm in the expo right now, bro. I'm on my way back to the studio.
All right, well, you live, so we'll hold it on so you get back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
live right now.
Man, I can't. Y'all can hear me clearly though.
You
No,
sound like,
no,
yeah, you
no.
don't sound well.
Boy, static
All right,
select.
I'm jumping on as soon as I get to the studio. Oh my bad. As soon as I get to the studio, I'm jumping on. I'll explain everything later,
All right,
but
we'll go.
Okay.
We'll
I'll
go
be in the
double
studio
team you
shortly.
there. All right.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, I banged it on him. Yeah, he ain't banged on us. I banged it on him. I got him up out of
Dang, you just do everybody, huh?
here. Yeah, we solo dolo until they get people want to get back.
That's
They make that
crazy.
little sign a little bigger, make it look a little.
Wee.
But how was your week?
Oh, um, it wasn't that eventful besides the fact that my kitten had kittens. So
Oh.
that was exciting.
I was mad confused when you put that shit in our group chat. I was like, how the fuck
Because
do
she's
you?
still a kitten herself. Like
Why are you
she
showing
doesn't
us some fucking kittens? I was mad confused.
because they were born yesterday.
I feel you. You didn't tell us they were pregnant. I was like,
Everybody knew but you. How?
you didn't say it.
I did plenty of times. You just don't be listening.
I mean, that's true too.
Exactly.
It tends to be true
So,
once, I guess.
but
Uh,
yeah,
uh, Nothing eventful happened.
besides her having kittens and then keeping me up at night because she can't choose between cuddling with me or attending to them, no, nothing exciting to be
Yeah, I feel
honest.
like my week was pretty boring. Okay, I did nothing all week. I mean,
No,
Fourth of
and
July was this week. Actually, I take it back. Fourth of July was this week.
what you do for 4th of July?
I went to a friend's place. We just chilled, but it was nothing like eventful. I really don't remember even fireworks. Like I remember seeing them, but like I feel like this year was very low on fireworks.
I agree with that.
Like I feel
Um,
like I usually like hear for a week. You know, you can hear like fireworks going for a week.
hmm
Um, you usually
I'm
hear
not
for a week.
used to how quiet Orlando is because in Miami it's like hectic for like a week and a half. Like you're starting to hear fireworks 4 or 5 days before 4th of July,
I
and
mean,
then
that's
you're
how it
still hearing
usually
them.
is. But for some reason this year, it just wasn't that.
I, lit- I did absolutely nothing. The only thing I really did was once my roommate got back from down south, we sat outside and watched fireworks that we could see, and then when about 2 in the morning hit is when my cat went into labor, and I was just dealing with that since.
I mean, that doesn't sound like it. I mean, you had it at work though. Did you have off work Monday and Tuesday, or just Monday?
Um, just Monday. No, Tuesday. Tuesday was 4th of July. I had off Tuesday, but that was about it.
Makes sense.
And then I'm working from home since summer school's over, and it sucks. It fucking sucks.
Well, better than going to office every day. So, man.
I would prefer that.
Yeah, you say that. Okay. But let me go ahead and intro this. Wow, we wait for LB to get his ass on here. Run through this shit real quick. We are brought to. Oh, let me see. It's gonna block this out because right, wrong setup. But fuck it. Seed Media.
Mm.
Shout out to my boy Mike with Mixed Masters.
Yeah, man. I still got this Henny Colada. I'm finna drink
I
this
can't believe you actually
tonight.
haven't drunk it. It was a whole week old.
So that means
Surprised it
it's more
survived that
potent.
long. I'm surprised it
More.
survived that long. That's all.
I didn't have nothing to really do to drink it, so
Usually you don't need an excuse.
this is true. No
Usually
man, just
just
pick it up and drink. But
facts.
I'm changing my ways.
Well, that's surprising, but
Wow, why is that surprising?
you a drinker. But
Touche.
obviously, I go by the name Mayhem. This is Vanilla. We're missing 2 people. One should be shortly coming on. This is what happens sometimes on Thursdays, but we rock out anyways. And this is the Vibe Society.
Yeah, baby.
Maybe so.
You're always just so nonchalant with it. Like when you really got to run the show, you just be like, bro, okay, like let's just get to the point. Let's get to the. We're here for the topics. Let's get to the topics and call it a day.
Yeah, the
Like,
theatrics be like, it'd be, I can't, go up and then low, up and low. It's just mellow. We're gonna have a quiet storm type of pod. When I'm from the head, when I'm running the head, we get right into it, make it efficient, quick, cool.
I
Oh, we
guess.
wanna drag some shit out and hee ha ha, 5 minutes off subject,
Entertaining.
and then train the topics.
I'm crying.
But without further ado, the first topic.
What's that first topic? You said you're not able to read it, right? Because of the thing that's in the way.
Little stupid ass thing.
Okay. So it says, what's the best way to diffuse an argument with your significant other? Before we go dive into this, we had some comments. Go back. Don't do that. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, too many people commenting now. It's just like all over the place.
You told me I got it up already. I got it
Don't
ready.
do that. Don't do that. See, I had screenshotted them,
That's
but what
crazy.
had happened?
That's crazy.
What had happened was it doesn't show the questions. So I don't
Yeah.
know which one is for which question.
That's wild.
Oh, okay. So listening, Trippy.strong said, listening to understand, not listening to respond. Okay, I like that one. Sydney said, listen to give them head. She said, listen, then give them head.
It works for some people, I guess.
Argue with that. I'm sorry.
Twitch is on,
Capdy come and said, I just say okay and don't feed into it anymore.
But is that
Okay.
diffusing or is that just like
That's avoidance.
put in?
but-
Yeah. I don't know if that's diffusing, but all right.
I mean, okay. If that works for you. Greg_does said, diffusing puts the fire out. You got to let that firecracker pop, then comes the peace.
What? You want it to get worse?
No, I want to put it out.
Yeah, you want to put it.
I
You
don't
want
want it
to
to pop.
You want it to. Yeah, you don't want the relationship to explode. You probably.
Yeah,
You don't want the bomb to go off. You want to defuse the bomb. Like I don't.
exactly. Okay. And then NC Kelly 21 said, initially head for a guy, for girls. We just
you,
want to be heard
bisexual?
and understood.
What?
LOL.
How you gonna speak for a man? Why are you
Right,
transgender?
like not all men resort to sex.
Yeah, and I think even then, like, if I'm actually arguing, like, that'll be annoying as fuck. Trying to be like, oh, let me just, like, did you just fucking hear what I said? Like I don't know. I think that's a myth that women made up, honestly. Like, oh,
It has to be.
just give him head and he'll be okay. Like, no.
It's definitely one I don't agree with because I know for sure, like, if I'm pissed, I the
Don't
most
touch
that I
me. Get the fuck
probably
away from me.
exactly like the only time I probably want you to touch me is if we're going to sleep. But if we're not going to sleep,
Yeah,
don't
like
touch
we
me.
still beefing right now.
Yeah. And if you do touch me whilst we're sleeping, don't get too comfortable.
Yeah, I still might throw an elbow at you, low key.
Exactly.
Like cuddle, but half cuddle. Like give me half a leg or like half an arm.
Exactly. You
You
could touch
can't.
me with your toe, but that's about
Yeah,
it.
you can't get the whole enchilada tonight. So it's like
Hmm.
it's still like beef, low key. But no, I think I like what people said, but I disagree with most of them. I think for me the best way to diffuse an argument, honestly, this is one of those things like I don't practice what I preach.
Hmm.
I definitely think like the best way would probably be to like you know say your side. If you can't come to a mutual understanding, y'all still going back and forth. Take a time out. Be like, yo, you upset about this? I'm upset about that. Let's take 5 minutes. Let's write down, why we might be mad. Come back, give each other, the space, and the time to like gather the thoughts and come back together, and then eloquently, like reiterate, what we wrote down. Why we mad? We feel like is the disconnect, and then work it out from there. Definitely, I don't do that myself. So that might be something to implement in my own relationship. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I think everybody has their own things. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of people. I think most people just revert to silence. I used to do the whole silent treatment thing, like where I just shut down and just don't talk and then let it rock out and then come back later. But I don't think that really works. It depends on the type of person you're dating, the type of person you are. Like if all you do is just like revert to silent treatment, I kind of feel like it's a little bit of immaturity. I mean, it can't. I mean, you're just not able to process your own emotions, and give somebody adequate feedback at that time. So, I know. Don't get me wrong. I think some people do need time to think. I guess maybe they have a slower processing time. Like maybe
Hmm.
they can't process things as quickly as another. But overall, I just think like not avoidance. So definitely not not just ignoring the issue and definitely not allowing it to keep exploding. You kind of got to like pause, chill out, breathe a little bit, and then like give each other that mutual respect enough to get out each other's way pretty much, and let each other like kind of tell you what's bothering them, and how you can kind of like fix the situation essentially. What about you? What do you think?
I completely agree with you, actually. However, I know that's not what I do. Especially depending on the person that I'm arguing with. I tend to like yes, when we're talking or when they're talking, I'm actually listening, but I notice like depending on how their tone is and everything like that, it depends on how I react. And most times, um, I tend to just get quiet and I get filled with too much emotions to where I don't want to react off my emotions. So I just sit there and I just listen. And people are expecting me to respond, but because I'm so overwhelmed with emotions, I don't say anything until I calm down. And then by the time I calm down, it's already just like, okay, whatever
But how long
to
does
the
that usually take you?
situation. A few hours, the most a
Hours.
day. Yeah.
That's a long time.
It depends on how severe the conversation, the argument is, too. Um, there was one time I went like 2 days, and then brought it back up, and I was like, I'm ready to talk. I don't know if you are. They weren't ready, so I said, okay, well, I'm gonna be ready. So when you're ready, you let me know now.
I feel like I've never waited that long to discuss some shit. Like never. I feel like maybe I'm just too much of a firecracker myself to let like some shit just like slide, but I just never waited that long to discuss some shit. Like we gonna get this out one way or another. Like
See, that's the thing with my ex. I wasn't like that at all. Like it was a we handling this right here, right now. You not getting no break. You not getting no time to think to yourself. Like you gonna listen.
yeah, it's like no time to come with some bullshit.
Yeah, like I want to understand it now, but then I had to understand that he's probably feeling attacked right now and he's not thinking straight. and therefore things get done and said that probably shouldn't have. So maybe give him the time. Maybe that's how he process. So I give him time. I'd be like, look, we have to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. It may not be now, but when you're ready, you let me know. So with him, when arguments happen with him, it was a bit different. But now
I
with
just
the
still
current
feel like that's a cop out. Honestly, me personally, I still think that's a cop out. Nobody
what?
needs like 30 minutes to fuck. Nobody needs multitude of different hours to be like, hey, this upset me, X, Y, and Z. I just feel like those type of things are just weird cop outs people use.
But see, when things are happening right then and there, people tend to be in their emotions, and their emotions are strong right then and there. And some people don't want to react off their emotions. Some people actually want to think about what really happened. And even when some people are in their emotions, they're not even thinking about what the other person is saying. They're not listening.
That's
They're
true
just
too. Not active
they're
listening.
exactly they're talking to get their point across and not actually adhering to what's being told to them in the first place. Because maybe, yeah, you feel some type of way, but regardless of you feeling some type of way, it could have been wrong. But because you're so deep in with the argument and how you feel and your emotions and making sure your point get across, you're not listening to, hey, you were wrong. Maybe if you
Yeah,
calm down, you'll be able to hear that.
and sometimes you gotta
And
double down on the wrongness though. As a real one, sometimes you just gotta like, nah, I ain't losing this fight. Even if you think you're wrong, you just gotta keep it going. Like,
that sounds like a typical female.
well, you know, we all think alike sometimes.
Crying.
Hmm?
But yeah, no, I think the most effective way to diffuse an argument, whether you're handling it right then and there or you guys decide to take some moments, is to definitely think about what really pissed you off, how it made you feel, and express that to your partner. And also, as a partner who's listening, don't listen to react, listen to understand. And then don't give feedback to, be like, okay, but I understand you felt like this, but this is what, like, no, you're pretty much not validating how they felt when you do that. Validate their feelings and express your feelings as well.
Hmm. Well said, well said. All right, on to the second topic.
I'm gonna drink because I like what I just said. Just
Don't hype
spit.
yourself up now.
Hey, hey, it's very rare moments where
You say
something comes
something
out my
smart.
mouth that you agree with.
You say something smart. It's very rare you say something.
No, I always say smart things. You just not on my level of smartness.
Mm,
You can't. We're not on the same level. Okay.
you're right. I'm gonna let you drink before you
Oh
start
my
again.
god. Oh my god, this is so good. No, next time he give me this flavor, I'm definitely giving this to you.
Appreciate
You
it.
need to try this. Okay. Topic number 2. Why does every woman think she's the best woman you'll ever have? Let's see what they had to say on the story. Whew. So Sydney said they are unrealistic and mental.
Okay.
Huh. Kathy
Mostly.
Cummins said because they be delusional.
Okay. There we go.
And Greg underscore duh said because I
Greg.
make her
Hey, Greg. Okay. Big Greg.
because I make her feel that way. So she's gonna think it before I even say it to her. That's also factual too.
No, it's not factual.
For not all women, there are some delusionals out there, but it is factual that some women are treated as though they're the best that man
No,
would
they
ever
treat it
have.
like a good. They treat it like a woman, or like he treated you like doesn't mean you're the only woman that is out there, or like. uh, I just feel like this question was prefaced because like, oftentimes I've seen so many times where, a woman will be like, "You can't do better than me. You'll never find somebody who does what I do." And it's like, there's a lot of people out there. Like,
Hmm.
there's a lot of, if you think you're the one in a billion, then that's some next level narcissism. Like, I feel like even most guys, like, we always be like, you might find another guy. Cool.
So I actually was talking to a friend about this topic,
Mm-hmm.
and even though I expressed to him that I don't agree with this statement, I also told him I can tell you why some women would think about this. And I did tell him, like, some women are just delusional, mental. Some of them are crazy. I did also say what Greg said, that, some women feel like they are treated as such and therefore they think such.
Like once you, I guess, because like I guess it kind of goes into like the whole like IG model, right? Like once she starts getting flued out and when she starts like dating rich dudes, like she's gonna think she's the caliber of woman that gets that type of. So you start. I get it, but it just doesn't make sense.
And then I told him the only way that I would see this being a true statement for me is if I decide to dive into my slightly delusional side and be like, yeah, there may be another woman out there that you may like or anything like that, but even with my faults and all, you still love me and you still want to be with me. So I got to be the best for you, because even there could be a woman that you know you can handle and probably way better than me. You're still choosing me over them. So I'm the best you'll ever have because you're still coming my way. You're still
Ever
dealing
is
with
such
me.
a crazy. Is ever is the key
Dealing with me.
word.
Yes, it's okay.
I think it's cool to think that. Like I think you should probably build your woman up to be like, yo, you the only woman for me, and I'll never find a woman like you.
I don't think you
And
should.
I think
I
women like
think
to
you
hear
should.
that.
I think you should let her know that you would rather be with her than anyone else. Even though somebody out there is better, you would rather be
Well, I
with
guess
her.
you know what I'm talking myself out of it as I talk. It's like maybe because it's like maybe you're the best woman for me right now. Like
Could be that too, because people grow and change every
yes,
day.
maybe you're the best for me right now. But that doesn't mean you're the best for me tomorrow or the day
Hmm.
after or the day after that. It could
That
be
is true.
it could be a multitude of different things. I just think like oftentimes it's kind of funny, like because when people break up, it's always that race to see like who can date the next person better. Like it's like the next person got to be better than the last person, and then you start judging off of like I feel like this is a thing that women do a lot, right? They're bigger with a guy, they're bigger with a guy, get with somebody else, right? Like the next guy might be, the first man might be like 5'8", 5'9", might not be in the best shape, X, Y, and Z, right? But then like the next dude might be 6 foot, 6'3", like the prototypical athlete, X, Y, and Z, but he don't treat her the same, right? And it can go be the same for like a man who like doesn't get his next girlfriend might not be the prettiest, but she listens and she like attentive and she's caring, and it's like to most people might think that the woman upgraded because she got the 6'3" nigga who chisel abs and big arms, but the guy can feel like he upgraded because he like, dang, I got somebody who just listens. I
Right.
got somebody who just attentive. Like I got somebody who's caring. And I think sometimes that misdelusion sometimes can like affect people think what makes people think like they the best or X, Y, and Z. Just because like this kind of depends on what a person is looking at in that time period at least. But I also think like some women think like, oh, I dated out. Like a lot of women, because they get hyped up so much, they think they're dating outside of their level. Like they're dating below them, really. So it's like if you think you're an 8 and you dating a 7, right? You thinking like you can never do better than me because I'm an 8. But one thing I think women always do, they miscalculate how much personality is weighed when it comes to
Right.
women versus men. Men don't really care about a funny woman. Now I don't think like no man is like it's an added bonus, but I don't think for the most part you ask men like what's the type of girl they go for. I rarely think they'll be like, yo, I go for the funny type of woman. Like
Yeah, no, I've never heard that. I've never heard that ever
yeah,
be said out of a man's mouth.
Never heard what? What you never heard?
That men go
Oh,
for
yeah.
funny women.
that boy dark out here.
All
Well,
I
I
see is
know I'm
that
blacker than this motherfucker.
Don't smile. You gonna scare me.
Ooh. Fuck you very much.
Oh no, I'm good.
Don't be an asshole all your life.
Oh, but my mom said I could be anything.
Yeah. And an asshole is what you chose?
Of
Okay.
course.
My bad, y'all.
Hey there.
Boy. My bad. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
We're
We
good.
straight.
We're sitting here talking about topic number 2 of how women think they're the best you'll ever have. But I want
That's
to
a lie.
hear. I want to hear your thoughts about topic number 1 first.
All right. Which one was topic number 1?
Hold on, because he ain't.
You good?
What's
Topic
the
number
best
1.
way to diffuse an argument with your significant other?
Listen to understand, not to respond.
Yeah, that's
the
pretty. That's the
same
same thing.
thing Sydney said.
Yeah, listen to understand, not to respond. I think a lot of people make the mistake of trying to get their point across. You know, they want to get their point across. Now you need to hear me. You need to know me. I need you to feel me. And what happens with that is you're instead of you listening to understand, you just waited for them to stop talking so you can say what the fuck you want to say. And that's never gonna help. You're never gonna get to a healthy solution.
You're listening to respond, and that's not it.
Yeah, I don't have any I wasn't able to get a bottle before so
Same. That's why we not doing. That's why we didn't do
a trigger
trigger
word.
word. Yeah.
All right, cool. Then we all on the same page. Cool.
Yeah, we're on the
It's just
same.
been one of them
We all,
motherfucking
yeah, it was
Not
on the same
technically
page
on the
today.
same page. I'm still drinking, but granted,
because your ass be
y'all know
stealing all of the
I'm
damn
drinking
drinks.
water. I'm on water.
You
today.
got a whole refrigerator full of the drinks.
I
At
do
least we
not. I
know
only
she
have
like
this
mixed
one and
masters.
one more.
Oh, okay, sure. Now I'm playing. All right. So we on question number 2. Let me
Mm-hmm.
put that there. All right, question number 2. Topic number 2. Drop it. Why does every woman think she's the best woman you'll ever have? Delusion? Nah.
I mean, that was literally what our IG commenter said.
Mm-hmm.
and it's because society will tell women that they're a 10 all the time on everything. They're never wrong. Yeah, you're right. It's okay to feel the way you feel. Be unapologetic. You don't need no nigga. You don't need no man. So a lot of women think, oh, I'm the best you ever have. Let me say this, and this is for a man or a woman. If you've been in relationships, but you can never keep a relationship going, you're not the one ending the relationship. But
You're broken over it. They're broken over
yeah,
it.
or you can get them up. You get a lot of people to date you, but nobody to take you serious. You're the problem.
You know, I was saying, so like, it's not a detriment to nobody, right? But it's okay. A lot of men, they'll try to date up, right? They like the really pretty girls, and I think as for most men, we're not the most aesthetic. We're not like the top percent of like men who are like, oh, I'm a Michael B. Jordan ass nigga, or I'm a fucking whoever you want to say, right? So I think a lot of times women view it as they're the prettier person in a relationship, which they should, cool. But I said,
hope so.
I was saying
I hope you
one
look better than me.
One thing, I feel like one thing that is never accounted for is how much personality is weighed on the scale of all these things. So it's like you look great, but if your personality is like 2 notches below mine, I'm better. So it's like they view it from a different perspective than I think most men do.
They view it. The problem you're gonna run into is when people place their value in fleeting assets. Money, looks, those are fleeting assets. Sex, those are fleeting assets. Like you said, personality, character, the things you do that you can't measure. You get me? Like the way you can make somebody feel when you walk in the room, the positive energy you bring, that can make you. We see it all the time. You will see this bad chick. She can't keep a man, but this chick that's maybe a 5 or a 6 can keep a man because of what she does for this man. And the 10 is mad because she like that's what he left me for. Yes, because she makes him happy. She makes him happy.
That's something that happened when I was younger.
Uh-oh.
So I had this friend, and on the scale of 1 to 10, she was a 10. Of course, me, I'm not. Um, she was talking to this guy, and she wanted me to meet him. Granted, never met him face to face. I met him over the phone, and she would have me on the phone with them thoroughly. And I was just like, okay, like cool. Talk to him. He was cool. Interrogating him. All right, cool. You good people. Like you got a nice heart. All right, cool. After a while, a few weeks went by. I get a call on my phone. I'm like, who is this? Answer the phone. It's him. Why are you calling me? Oh, you just seem so much nicer than her, and she just got a stank
Ooh.
attitude, and da 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 da. And I'm
Ooh.
just like, okay, so what am I supposed to do about it? He's like, I would rather talk to you. We don't have to, talk to be together or anything like that. But like, I would rather have you as a friend, and in my nights where I want to talk to somebody on the phone, I would rather it be you. And I'm just like, does she know? Like
Bro, nah.
that you have my number in the
Why?
first place?
Why would he tell her this? It's none of her business.
That's not none of her
what's
business.
going on?
Yeah, why would he tell her that?
Just like the conversation she had with her, it's none of your business. See, that's the problem. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Why are you asking all these
How they doing
questions?
on how they do it on Wild 'N Out? Little shaky. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Guys, you
But
all
I
over
was just
there.
thrown off. We ended up talking.
She said all that. To
You
say,
a bad friend. You a bad friend.
I'm not.
if you a bad friend, and your
I talked
friend's
to her
bad
and let her know that
You're the swag.
hey,
That's
like
swag.
he's feeling me. I'm somewhat feeling him. Do you have an issue with this? She was like, "Do you?"
You
I
said that after
"Yeah."
you started talking to the nigga for months.
No, this is
You-
before.
She
Like,
got mad.
You a
though,
sneaky
right?
motherfucker now. You a sneaky motherfucker. I hope all your friends listening, thinking like,
She
damn,
said-
she a sneaky.
She said, "Do you?" And she was still mad, right? She got mad later on, right?
no, she was already in another relationship. Literally, after they stopped talking,
okay.
she was in a relationship less than a week later.
Oh, sure, you had another nigga.
Oh, because I had
Yeah,
a chick tell her friend to do. Her friend saw me and was like, "Oh, he cute. I want to shoot the shot." So she hit me up and say, "Oh, my friend like you." I said, "Well, I thought we would." She said, "Oh, nah, do you blah blah blah, y'all do." I said, "All right, cool." So I shot the shot. You gave me the alley oop. I dunked the ball. Fuck it. And then she come back mad. So I thought that was the case that you had, but no, you. Good,
No,
good.
no, she was already in another relationship, and when she got in that relationship, I told her what happened because I haven't talked to him since,
Oh, you waited
And-
till she got into a relationship before you told her.
and I was like, okay, so
You got no right to be
You
mad.
still-
You ain't got another
you still
man.
dealing with him? Like, what's going on? And she's like, nah, do you? I was like, all right, cool. And like, we would actually all hang out together.
Are
and
y'all
everything
still
like that.
friends?
She had no issues.
No.
No, we fell out because of a different situation.
Boom. I promise that was in the back of her head. When y'all felt out, I promise she brought that up.
And that bitch
another
did that.
thing-
And that bitch did. She stole my nigga from the past. And
We actually fell out because
Another
of
nigga.
another girl.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Same principle.
It was
Okay.
her like cousin or something like that, and she was like, "No, my cousin don't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you. No hard feelings. You still cool people, but I just can't fuck with you." And I was like,
Yeah,
Okay.
I bet with her cousin, she was like, ain't she a man snatching ass?
the crazy part is me and the now to this day, me and the cousin
trifling.
are cool. Me and the cousin are cool.
Yeah. She,
Like,
she just didn't tell homegirl when she was, now she can't come back because she got rid of her friend. I feel it. I rock with the
Like,
loyalty. I rock
see each
I rock
other
with the
now. We'll
loyalty.
all be cordial. We'll be cool. Like, and
You say that.
fucking
Y'all
past
ain't
the
cordial.
past.
Cordial. You don't
As
say
soon as you
hi.
walk past, she be like,
Listen,
"That
we were
bitch."
young. The way well,
That
I
man's
don't
still
know
an
if they see it the
asshole.
same way I see
That
it.
man's still
We
an
were
asshole.
young. Like
Don't trust her around your man.
I
Don't call her. Don't three way her. Don't three way
doing
this.
anything with these
She's
niggas.
still talking shit about you this day. All right, so
Have fun
back
with
to the
that.
topic. Back to the topic.
We have a couple comments.
Run them. I didn't see none. Oh, damn, my bad.
Yikes! Oh,
Shit
she
hit the button.
sent me. What it say? I can't read. It's so small. Obi, can you
She
see it?
said,
All right. So
Yeah.
OG simply says a lot of men like women with confidence. If a woman makes it seem like she's the best he's had, I think he'll end up wanting her more than a woman with low self worth or low confidence. Then her next comment was, how is he going to feel secure with her if she's not secure herself? And yes and no. Yes and no. Yes. We don't ain't nothing worse than a woman with low self-esteem to the point that you can't
She
even
fishing for
compliment your
compliments.
own
Yeah,
lady.
she fishing for him, or she like can't even accept them.
Yeah, you
Like,
like,
no,
no,
you
that's
don't
my
believe
lady. I'm supposed
that.
to hap you up.
You look
Yeah, like
good. You don't think
no,
that.
no, that's not how you really feel. You say that to all your girls, huh? Bitch, what? Fucking up the mood. But also,
You be
too
cool
much
with the stealth face.
confidence.
The stealth face gonna be.
Too much confidence can fuck it up too. Because
You
you
ain't never
got
had a bitch like this.
yeah, baby
It'd be
girl.
like you give her a compliment, she'd be like,
That's
I
when you
know.
start showing your exes like, oh, I haven't. You not even on the top side of the spectrum here, baby girl. You in the middle of yeah. But no, it's like just like what women say about dudes. It's confidence is good, but cockiness is not. It's like
Mhm.
It's a fine line.
you. It's a fine art to knowing how to just vibe.
I
When
love
you already
compliments
something
from
good, you
women.
don't have to say you something good over and over.
But I'm not gonna lie though. Overconfidence for a man is different from overconfidence for a woman.
How so?
I feel like women would still rock with a dude who's overconfident. I feel like don't get me wrong, I feel like men will still rock with a woman who's overconfident, but I think the likelihood of something lasting longer is that cocky
That's
male.
oh yeah, the cocky man will always last longer because it'll come off more of an alpha male than anything.
Exactly. I don't. No one wants a fucking alpha woman all the time. Like,
Because
Of course.
I just was on the phone with somebody today, and it was like, what would be the biggest issue you think a lot of men have with women in relationships? I say a lot of women are willing to shut the fuck up, and
A lot of men
being
what?
too cocky, don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Oh, absolutely. I can agree with that.
You know, and we all been there when we seen somebody just keep talking, and a real man isn't gonna argue with a woman like that. He gonna, that nigga don't gonna check the fuck out.
You saying that remind me of the day
And Mayhem laughed because he know Mayhem that guy he not gonna okay, you got it.
You heard me?
Chill.
I'm
That
like,
day,
I'm like, you
that
got
day
it,
me,
man.
you and Ash went to go get ice cream, and you told me just get in the car.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
that whole
reminded me. When you
situation.
said shut the fuck up, that reminded me of that.
Because it's like as a man, we see things that a lot of times women don't see, and we just need you to hear what we saying. Like I wasn't rude. I was like, hey, just get in the car. And they got in the car, out because I noticed something totally different. Because they was about to go off on the lady, but I see the dude in the back seat. So now I'm thinking, dude get wild because he trying to defend the lady. Now I gotta let him out, and he come out. Y'all gonna jump her. I don't hit women, but I got two females that will.
Absolutely would. I was ready for it, but he said get in the car. I said, all right, cool.
But yeah, I would say I think that's the biggest thing though. I think that's the only thing that like why women feel that way. But don't get me wrong, there's also these simps out here that make women feel like they're the best that ever exist.
And it's nothing. Let me be very clear, ladies. Y'all are amazing. I love you all. Y'all are unique in your own rights. Y'all are queens. Y'all should be loved. Y'all should be cherished. Y'all should be respected. I'm not saying you shouldn't. However, there's certain etiquette to each role in a relationship. It's certain etiquette. It's just like, once again, if you gotta say it all the time, who are you trying to convince, me or you? Actions speak louder than words.
Hmm.
All right, let's go ahead and run to topic 3 since she drinking.
Listen, this Henny Colada is really hit. I think this is my favorite. I think this.
Yeah, I like to try it one day if you stop hurting them. All right. Topic number 3. Are you willing to do the work now for the relationship you want in the future?
Let's see
Any
what they
responses on
said.
IG?
Absolutely. We got Sydney saying absolutely.
Absolutely. Silly said absolutely.
Cappy come and said, hell yeah, you're more appreciative of the work you do. And Greg _ does said, I'm already ready because when you work on yourself,
This thing.
you're indirectly bettering
I
yourself.
thought I was gonna say
for
when you stay ready, you never got to get ready.
I thought that was coming
I
next.
agree with Greg's statement though. I feel like when you are working on yourself, you're preparing yourself already for what you want and what you're expecting. So it shouldn't be, are you willing to do the work now for the relationship you want in the future? Are you willing to work on yourself to better yourself that can bring you a better relationship in your future?
Or you're just
That's
willing to
the way
work, period. Or you're just willing to work, period.
Thank you.
Because
A lot
it
of
ain't
people think that
it ain't no future. It's now, it's past, present, future. Like it's
work never stops.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Exactly.
ongoing thing. So I think the answer
Mhm.
is like yes, but I also feel like I could be on some character like no, like because I attract what I attract. Like it's gonna be cool, whatever I get. Like, but like also I don't know what people mean exactly by they saying like for the relationship you want in the future. So what exactly do y'all think that
When I
well,
first read this, I
oh,
thought
go ahead.
about like what LB says, like watch how you carry yourself, watch what you're doing now because that can affect your future. Like it can be something that actually holds weight in your future. Like you can be, dibbling and dabbling with niggas now and you end up messing with a dude, but then you meet this other guy and he just so happens to be like best friends with the dude you used to mess with in your past. And he's the perfect guy for you. He's like your soulmate. But now you done fucked that up because you was over here being a hoe in your past and you decided to fuck everything and anything that walked.
Now, let me add to that. I'm glad you said one of my there we go. I'm glad you said one of my quotes. But let me go a little further with that. I'm gonna put that right there. All right. One thing I hear a lot, I have a lot of women ask me this question. Is it wrong for me to have male friends when I'm trying to date?
that's interesting question.
And
That's a touchy topic.
and I
Definitely
always
touchy.
say this. I say it's wrong when you're not honest about if this is your friend or not. Because a lot of women have male friends that they used to fuck, like, date, or know that will fuck them if they let them, but they give them like compliments or things like they give them something they need when they're not in a relationship. This man, I hype their head up. Oh, hey, beautiful, boom, boom, boom. Oh, you hungry? Let's go out to eat. All that shit. And then get in a relationship and think, oh, I can cut them off. But if every day, like habits are made out of repetition. That's how you create a habit. So if your habit is calling on this person, this man, to get a compliment or you down, get advice, all that stuff like that. When you get in a relationship, you think that's just gonna cut off like this? No, that's not. And you have to work today because you're not used to being alone. You're used to saying, all right, bump that. It's just like when a man or woman balance a lot of women or men all the time. And now you get in a relationship and think, I can just be faithful. What happens is this. If you're so used to saying, oh, you're not doing right, cool, I got somebody else I can go to. That's exactly what you're going to do in a relationship when that shit go right. Anybody in a relationship is going to tell you, no matter how good the relationship is, you're going to have your hard days. You're going to have tough times you're going through. And if you're not used to being able to say, you know what, let me vibe and chill. All right, let me step back and think about this. You have to practice those things now. You have to practice to be humble now. You have to practice to be patient now. You have to practice to be disciplined now. So when you get in a relationship, you can be patient, humble, and disciplined to your significant other. That's man or woman. And that's the work you have to do. We talk about therapy all the time. They love to talk about therapy. We talk about being financially stable. We talk about being emotionally available. That's so stupid. That's a whole nother topic. But we never talk about
emotional available.
We never talk about the fact that a lot of these people are not mature enough to be in relationships. They throw a temper tantrum when it don't go their way. When they perfect, they happy with you until you say something they don't like, or you don't agree with something they do, or you tell them, hey, I'm not comfortable with that. Everybody wants you to a lot of people want you to respect their boundaries, but they won't respect the person they get in a relationship with. Now you're toxic. Now you're insecure. Now you're this because you want to do the single shit while you're in a relationship. But you can't do that. If you know that you want to live this life in the streets for the rest of your life, do what the fuck you want to do. But if you know you want to be a husband or wife, you need to practice that shit now. Because you can block all your blessings from the stuff you're doing right now. And trauma happens through experience. So you're thinking, oh, I'm just out here doing what I'm doing. I'm out here having a good time, boom, boom, boom. But you don't know what trauma you put into your spirit. Now you don't trust people. I'm going to tell you like this. A lot of my trust issues came from me being the nigga that was taking other niggas' girlfriends. Me smashing other niggas' girlfriends. It was a time in my life that I would not talk to a chick unless she had a boyfriend because I knew, first off, you won't be all up on me because you got a nigga already. So that's my excuse why we can't date. Second off, it was just a challenge. But then when I stopped doing that and got more mature and said, you know what, I need to do things right, that gave me trust issues. I didn't realize that until I started trying to be, a good guy. And I was like, wait, I got trust issues because I know what does, because I was the nigga that was doing it. I was the friend.
Then little things start paranoying you. It's like the healthy things that you was lying about, all of a sudden they start paranoying you, and all of a sudden you like,
So
that don't sound right.
Goes with just doing the work now. See, if I didn't do all that, I wouldn't have had to work through trust issues years later. But I was just living life. I'm the man. I could pull. Oh yeah. That's a notch on my belt. But later on, as a grown man trying to be in healthy relationships, it became a trauma I had to work through. And a lot of people, we'll never talk about those things. We always just say, live your life and then try to do it. And now you're in your 30s trying to figure out relationships, but you have no idea what to do because you didn't do the work in your 20s. Partied in your 20s. You fucked everything in your 20s. You wasn't loyal in your 20s. You wasn't disciplined in your 20s. Now you're in your 30s and 40s out here trying to do the same thing you was doing in your 20s, but want somebody to be loyal to you. That's not going to happen. Do the work now. Sacrifice now to play later.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least with
I'm
that.
glad that I learned that at a younger age. Because I done it. I don't want to be in my 30s trying to figure shit out. I want to already have my shit figured out. If I'm not already with somebody, be able to be like, no, this is what I want. I know what I'm looking for. This is what I offer. Like, what's going on? I know what I'm looking for. So like, I know as soon as you approach me, as soon as you not it, or we can see where this goes, and know my worth.
Yep.
And not this fabricated, thing that these women are given and putting themselves on these pedestals. I'm gonna know my actual worth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad that
What's
like it's a lot of people.
Actual worth. I mean, that's a interesting word.
It's because people be out here be like, oh yeah, no, I'm the dime piece. Like I got great pussy and oh I could cook and clean, but do you like to do it, and are you going to do it?
You want to know what's so crazy? I saw this clip, and this is the thing we talked about this before about people not being. And what up, Dre? We talked about, and I appreciate that, bro. Spitting facts. The dude, the girl, she thought she was all this, right? And he was like, she started talking, and he realized it was nonsense. So he was like, nah, I'm good, and got her to walk away. And she was like, oh, you broke anyways. And started doing all that. And so he walked away and said, I'm what? And she was like, you don't got no jewelry on. You ain't got no, you broke. He said, jewelry? We said, pull up your bank account right now. Pull up your bank account right now. You show me, let's go band for band. And she was like, I got money. Do I look broke? And that's the thing you got to realize. When you said actual value, I like that you said actual value. Because if you had never had money before, and let me start off with this. I'm broke, baby. I'm broke. Don't ask me for shit. If you never had money, you would think jewelry, cars, houses, clothes show that you're rich. The moment you get around people that really make money, they may have some of those things, but the people that really, not rich, but wealthy, will be the motherfuckers out here wearing some dirty shoes, some Vans on. They got a Toyota Camry. You get me? It's now you have some flashy people. For the majority of wealthy people don't live like that. So when you start telling me this here, first off, that bust down armor, that bust down AP watch, the moment you bust it down, it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. It's not worth half of what you paid for it because you want to put all them diamonds in it. Those chains, those Cuban links with all the diamonds in them, if you have a straight Cuban link, that's worth more money than the one with all the fucking diamonds in it. And that's why I know, that's when I know people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And we go in here and we try to put value on how something looks. We put value on how something looks, except for we forget this oldest saying that we've heard our whole life: what glitters isn't gold, always gold. And you got to keep that in mind because there's a lot of people glittering on the outside, but nothing but coal in the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck your looks, fuck your money. Who are you inside? You're not doing the work inside, but you want somebody to take your outside value. Okay. That's just like having rotten candy and a new wrapper. Once you take the wrapper off, the candy inside is still fucking rotten.
That reminds me of people trying to save their gum.
You done chewed the gum, put it back in the wrapper. Did that make it fresh again? No. You are chewed gum. That's our new phrase. Baby, you chew bubble gum, baby girl.
I don't know what the fuck that even mean. Chew bubblegum.
When you chew your gum, you take it out the wrapper, you chew it.
You juicy fruit 2 minutes later.
Hey, you know when you chewing juicy fruit, it have no flavor.
It loses flavor after like 3 chews. Don't do.
You a 4-chew big red.
What's the big one? The big gum.
Bubblicious. Bubblicious.
The
big
Hubba
hard
Bubba
when you get from like Halloween
with the yellow.
Yeah,
Hubba Bubba.
that shit use flavor 2 chews.
You ever had the joint that had it come in like a little container joint? And you gotta like roll it up.
Bro, the roll up one.
Oh
my
no,
gosh.
That bit was like 1 second.
Always.
Oh, you took it back.
That bit was a 1
That's
second
just like
chew.
the zebra. Y'all remember the zebra
Oh my
gum
God,
or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate
Alright,
gum.
my bad. You hated that?
I hate it all gum.
Those were good. I like those.
You like
The gum had-
you a 5 you a 5 chewer. That's what you like. Well, that shit called 5. You like what's called 5, right? That's what.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about 5 gum?
Spearmint,
Yeah, you
or
a 5.
5 peppermint.
You a 5 gum ass nigga. That's vanilla.
off,
Nigga
Five gum
flavor
go
is
good.
A little bit longer.
you
Don't
thought
you
they
talk
was,
about the 5.
hey, niggas thought they was really going crazy and they brought that shit to school.
Hey, you want some gum?
Nigga thought they be quick to offer that bit up. Yo, you want a piece?
Bubble tape gum. There you go, Dream. Bubble tape gum.
Oh my God.
That shit there, you eat the
Bubble
whole roll. And
No flavor.
no flavor. What was the other one? Y'all remember the nah, let me show them the gum that like the baseball, it made it like chewing tobacco and the baseball thing.
Yeah. Yo, that's actually wild. They market that to kids. That's actually
Yeah,
fucking
and that's
crazy.
the thing that's crazy. That goes to show you they didn't give a fuck about us.
That was wild. It's actually
Just like
crazy.
they had the cigarette
Because
gum.
it came in that package, and then you like tear it
Yep.
off, and you like.
And that same package that's what the same package that Backwoods come in.
Yeah, back with tobacco used to come in, like a bunch of shit.
It was training us like that. The gum with the cigarettes that you can blow and the sugar
The
smoker
shit
come out.
Yeah, niggas love that shit. Niggas, the teachers be like, stop doing that. Stop doing that.
We didn't know
I
no
know
better.
that.
And next thing you know,
Yes.
niggas smoking.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
You too young to know about that.
That's insane.
He was going crazy.
In
wild
my era,
times.
what relates to the smoke phase is rolling up Smarties. So
Rolling up Smarties.
Rolling up Smarty.
How you
Yeah,
rolling up
they
a
used to-
Smartie?
They used to smash.
What are you
like
putting
keep
it
the
in?
Smartie rolled up. You smash it up. Use a textbook or anything like that, and then you slightly open one end, and you act like you're smoking it.
Oh, y'all freaked it like a black like that.
Well, you couldn't do it with
That's
your hands because Smarties are too hard, so you have to use like a textbook or something like that.
oh okay. Yeah, that's some young shit.
Yeah, that's some loser ass shit. I ain't gonna lie, that's some loser shit.
We had the real deal. Fucked
They came in a little box. They came in a pack.
Because I was like, how am I supposed to actually eat and enjoy the Smartie? Like
The joint
what's
came in an
going on?
actual pack, like a cigarette pack. It came in an actual pack. It had little sticks, little white
Yeah.
sticks. You break
Pull
that
'em
bit.
out.
You
Smoke gonna come out, and then you can eat it. They were really training niggas to smoke.
like, I'm not gonna lie. It took me all of right now to really even thinking about the box it came in. It's literally poised just like fucking cigarettes. You got some in the back row.
I've eaten candy like that before, but it was
No.
like hard.
That
candy.
shit is banned now.
Yeah, it's a white stick. It literally is a white
Yeah.
stick. I don't know the name. I don't know the fucking name of it. Honestly, I never even knew the name of it.
Sometimes they came in different boxes too.
You got some remix version. I don't know. All I know is I used to be. Let me
Yeah.
grab them joints. I used to be in.
Be quiet.
You just get that. Put that joint in your mouth.
Hey, nephew.
It's a dog running around. Lay down. Thank
It's
you.
okay, nephew. It's all right, nephew. Don't
He
hurt
heard the
nobody.
dog
With
barking, and he trying to get through the window.
I'm dead.
My bad. All right, we can go ahead and move to the next topic. My bad. How we get on candy?
You say, "Bell, chew
We
gum."
were comparing people to gum.
Oh yeah, you chewed bubble gum, bitch. No, I'm playing. All right. Final question. Final topic of the night. Single mother or single father? Which one is harder to be in a relationship with?
All
What we
do
heard on
have
the
some
IG.
comments. We got Tipsy Tipsy.strong said, I'm sorry, I said that wrong too. Trippy.strong. This
Pina
this
colada,
Henny
yeah.
Colada hit. Henny Colada hit.
She said it 3 times.
Trippy.strong said single
4
mom.
times.
Don't come for me. Just for that, I'm gonna take 4 shots. You're welcome. Sydney said single father because baby moms are the fucking devil. Greg _ the said the parent ... that's mentally a teenager, college kid, or hasn't matured and lack relationship. So he's saying
they're
the
saying it
person
could be
who's
either or.
mature, the person who's immature. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Mhm. I personally have to go with single mothers. I feel like single mothers are harder to be with in a relationship, only because like they're natural. Like if they actually have the child or anything like that, and this is going based off of a mother who has full custody. Excuse me. I do believe that it's much harder because they have to take a smart woman takes into consideration of her child first. So there is no, hey, I can just come and link with you anywhere. No, I got to make sure my child's taken care of first. I got to make sure I have a babysitter if I do decide I want to meet out with you. On top of that, you're not meeting my child no time soon. I need to get to know you first, and that's going to take time because I need time for my child, and my child needs me before you. I'm sorry, my child comes first. And if you're able to deal with me and be patient with me with that, then you will have the opportunity of meeting my child. But then once you meet my child, now you have to consider my child. If you do, you still gotta consider my child regardless. And if we do decide to move further and actually get in a relationship, you're not in a relationship with me, you're in a relationship with my child too as well, versus being with a single father. And let's say he do have full custody, yes, it's the same thing with him. However, I don't think it's as aggressive is the word I can think of right now. I was thinking about a different word before, but yes, I do think he's gonna put his child first. Yes, I do believe that a smart man will take time before you meet his child, but I also do believe that he'll probably have an easier way of getting a babysitter. I feel like a single father would more so have his mother in the background. He will have some type of woman in the background that is willing to like try to be that mother figure for that child. And if he doesn't, by all means, like, I don't know, I still feel like it is harder with a guy because of the fact that it's not a lot of things that like they're not known to be nurturers. That's why. Not saying they can't do the same thing a single mother does. I feel like they do take all those things into consideration, but because I feel like they do tend to give this tough love to their kids more than a nurturing hand, it would be easier to deal with a single father, because now as a woman you're more acceptable to a man who you see is giving his all to his child. Like, you actually gonna look at that and be like, oh my god, like, you're a genuine, like, you really care about, your child and everything like that. Like, if you care about your child, you're gonna care about me. Like, you're showing me how you're gonna treat me the way you're treating your child, in a way. Women would actually look at it that way. And when you're showing them that, they're willing to be that patient and be that person that's there. And then once they finally meet your child, because they are the nurturing, women are natural nurturers, they end up taking on that nurturing way without stepping over boundaries. And that's why I feel like a mother is harder.
You said a lot, and I like that you went into depth. I'm just gonna be very quick with it.
Oh,
I
10
would
minutes
say,
soliloquy ass nigga. Okay.
I'm just gonna come out and say,
I always
think,
talk about how to talk.
baby, single mothers. The reason why I say that is this: if you date a single father, right? Yes, the only thing you can really say is if the baby mama is a trip, if she wildin'. That's the only thing you really say. Because a baby father, wow, a single father is. If you date a single father, you're not gonna have to. He's not looking for you to take a financial responsibility of his child. He's not looking for you to come in and take leadership. You get me? When you date a single mother, she expects that man to come in, no matter how much she say, "Oh, my kids are taken care of." No woman it's going to allow a man to take her places, treat her a certain way, while her kids don't get any of it. And if she does, do you really want to be with that woman? I'm not saying it's wrong. I say this all the time. I'm not saying it's wrong to date single mothers. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just stating, when you're dating a single mother as a man, you're coming in and you're going to have to take on the responsibility not only to protect that woman, but to protect those children. Not only provide for that woman, but provide for those children. You don't only have one additional mouth you're required to feed, you have additional on top of that. And that's why you have that. Then let's keep it a buck. Now we throw in the baby father, who now has access to that. He has access to your relationship all the time, just like the baby mama had. So now we're the first time I done listed 4 things before I even got to something that's in common between the two. That's why I say that it's harder to be in a relationship with a single mother than a single father as a man, because the responsibilities that you're taking on are drastically more than the woman. Yes, if you come in and you decide that y'all gonna get married, you'll be some people don't like to say stepmother or whatever. They'll say, "Oh, I'm a bonus mom." No, you're a stepmom. So
I don't call my stepmom a bonus mom. She's a stepmom.
Yeah. So of course you're gonna come in and be a motherly figure to the children. Yeah, I'm not saying that you're not, but no man is gonna say, "Oh, well, when you come in, you gotta take care of me and my kids." No man is saying that to no woman.
That's true.
But a woman says, "Oh, it's a package deal. You gotta take care of me and my kids." That's what a woman's gonna say when a man comes into their life, no matter how independent she says she is, because yes, she say, "Oh, my kids are taken care of," yes, but she wants a break. I can promise you, there ain't no single mother that I ever met that doesn't say, "Oh, I need a break." They'll love for somebody to come in and say, "You know what, baby, you don't have to do all this no more. I got you." But also, the final thing. This is the thing that a lot of people never talk about. And if
And
some
he
people
said he
be
was gonna be
honest,
short.
when you're dealing with, you'll come in and be a stepfather, but then she will veto. You got the responsibility of the protecting, the providing, all that stuff. But when it comes to discipline or it comes to making a decision, oh, not my child. Hey, they're 19, they don't have no job, they're not in school, they're not looking for no job, they just sitting at home smoking weed all day and not doing nothing. Well, you're not gonna put my child out on the streets. No, I'm saying they have to get a job. If that's my baby, if my baby want to stay here till they 50, they can stay there, and that's what you're gonna run into. And
You just
that's the
took my
thing, because they'll always say that's my child, no matter how much you've done. Y'all saw that video of the dude that was dating the I think we talked about it. He was dating the woman and was in her daughter's life since she was a child. Now she's married. He's paying for the wedding, and at the rehearsal dinner, she announced that she want her biological father,
Oh yeah, I
who
saw
hasn't
that.
been there his whole life, to walk her down the aisle.
But I will say this though, in
And
that regard, it came out that he's not actually her stepdad.
no, they're
Yeah,
not
but-
married.
But
They
still,
just was
he's
they just was
literally
dating.
raised
Now
her.
I blame both of them. I blame both. First off, nigga, you took on the responsibility of being
Yeah.
a stepfather when you wasn't even taking on the
Step-
responsibility of being a husband. You
Yeah,
doing
you're
shit
tripping.
backwards.
Yeah, you
That's your
act
fault.
like-
But I blame the mother, because that means the mother has never instilled in her daughter that this man came to do the job that your father didn't do. This man came to be responsible for things that your father wouldn't take responsibility for. But now that you're older and you're getting ready to get married, and your father will come into your life. Now you want to, like, he didn't do nothing, but he gets the reward. I can understand why gentleman is mad. But at the same point in time, accountability, motherfucker, you doing shit backwards.
Yeah, no.
For me, I don't know.
about my
I'm
child
actually,
watching
I might be indifferent, or it might be harder dating a single father, depending on what type of dad he is.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason I'm saying this though is like, if you get the super invested dad, like the dad who actually wants to be at his kids' at his kids' football games, basketball games,
Which you should be.
yeah. So if you're that type of father, I think it would be difficult for a woman to date that type of man. Because inherently that means, especially if their relationship, especially if he has a good co-parenting relationship, that's when it gets
never
difficult.
going to be number one.
Exactly, because this means like.
But that's in a man or a woman though.
Only reason why I would say
Yeah.
it's different. No. I think one thing that women do that's different than men is that they'll turn on some dick. They'll turn some dick down. Like, no nigga, like you ain't. If I feel like more times than not, if a man went to his baby mom's house and she was like, I'm trying to get it going, the nigga gonna fold. But I think if the woman, if the dude asks the woman like, yo, I'm trying to, what's good, da, 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 she could be like, nah, get the fuck out my crib, or like,
let me
I've
give
seen
you a
that happen.
scenario.
I've seen that happen more times than not, where the woman be like, nigga, get the fuck out my crib, like.
Let me tell you this. Do you think that he made that move because she didn't give him that door to make it? At some point, she called and they was on the phone and they was talking all nasty. Or at some point, they fucked in the past and he was trying to come around for another roundup. At some point, and let's be real, if they were in a relationship and he broke up with her, but she loved this man, and he come back and he be like, man, you know what? He might just be jealous that she be moving on. He feel like, because a lot of niggas can be that toxic, just like a lot of women can be that toxic. And he just come and say, baby, I want my family back. I want my family back together. And she gonna be like, oh, but he look like he changed. He look like he doing better. He not on the same shit. And he's gonna give it up. Either way it go, single mother, single father, you always got to deal with the other parent having access to your relationship at all times for the rest of your relationship. Y'all got a trip planned, that other parent can be salty and be like, I'm not watching them that time. So now your whole trip fucked up because they were supposed to watch the child or take the child for the summer while you
That's
go
true.
to Europe.
I'll say this though, like I think so. Say for example, right? If like I'm thinking from the mindset of like, okay, y'all had a kid together, y'all lived together, then you moved out, right? Say something happens, who's she calling on? The baby daddy. There's an issue that happened, who's she calling on? That baby. I think rarely times like. That's why I personally think like it would be harder to, because I feel like if you were dating a
Okay,
single
I get
father,
what you're saying.
like
I get what
he's
you're saying.
constantly going to get like, oh, I gotta like do something for her, or she needs something to do this, or she needs like, because she might not have the greatest support system, or I'm just thinking in our urban families,
Now-
what's always going to
now-
happen?
Now let's be real though. We always like to say, that this and that and that, but boundaries have to be set when y'all break the fuck up. And I think when boundaries are set, mature people will understand certain times that you call and the shit can wait till the morning. But when you don't set boundaries, see, this is the thing. A lot of people won't tell you that they still fucking their baby mama or still fucking their baby daddy
I
when
seen
they
videos
single
from that
out
today.
here. And then they start dating you, and now they try to cut them off, and they be like, "Oh, my baby mama tripping. My baby mama tripping." No, she ain't tripping. You just fucked her last week. You
She
know,
ain't sure. She
or-
right. She in the
yeah.
correct. She in the correct lane. Like,
Yeah, your baby daddy not tripping because you just fucked him 2 weeks ago, and now he like, damn, you got another nigga already. Like, damn, what is that? So, and that's the thing that nobody will ever say. They don't ever want to talk about that shit. They just want to say, oh, they crazy, they tripping, they da da da. No, y'all still interacting. Y'all see each other out. Y'all never ended. Y'all never set boundaries. Y'all never said this is what it is. But no, if it's going to be over, make it fucking over. Don't bring other people into your messy fucking situation. That's how people get killed. That's how people get hurt.
who do you think is more jealous though? Like, who do you think is
I
more
think-
territorial?
I think that can go both ways.
I hear that.
I've
really
seen it
could.
both ways.
I've
baby
seen it both
fathers,
ways, but I think
get very
more
jealous.
times than not.
I've seen baby mamas.
I think more times than not, I've seen the woman get mad. Not really get mad because the man moved on, but she gets mad because the access that nigga. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is across the board. I just think as many times I've seen it, because I got a lot of instances of where I've seen single moms and single dads. I got a big family and everybody got kids. And nobody with their kids' parents right now. So I've seen this a lot. I've seen this a lot. I've seen this a lot. And I think more times than not, I think that the person who gets attached more is typically the mom. So I do understand it. But I think who gets jealous more is usually the father. Because they want to use the caveat of like, damn, you bringing a nigga on my kid. No, it ain't the reason why. Stop using that excuse.
I've had the luxury of being in a family that
Oh, I thought you were
A lot
gonna
of-
say of dating many single fathers.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting here.
yeah, oh no,
Niggas got mad
God.
kids.
But my family, a majority of them are not with their kids' father or mother, but are still able to come around a family. And like when you meet them, like I remember I met my grandma and I was like, how is she? I was very confused. I was like, how is she my grandma? But that's my grandma and he's my grandpa. So I'm very confused. And that's when they explained it to me. And then like in my family, like the other parent that's like not the prominent one, they're able to be still a part of the family and treat you as such. So I was given that luxury to see the positive of everybody kumbaya and together and not having no issues. And I wish and hope that for every baby mom and baby dad out there that
Oh, I've
Actually-
seen that too.
yeah, like when I go down south, my grandma down south, that's not my grandma at all. We don't have to deal with each other at all, but she treats me like I'm her grandchild. She takes care of me like I'm her grandchild. You don't
Is
have
this the
to.
one that you said was petty a couple episodes ago?
No,
That's
that's my actual grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
But with everything that she's been going through, she's been changing a lot. So props to her. But she literally, since I was born, it didn't matter what it was, she was always there as my grandmother. Even though she's not my grandmother, she's always been my grandmother to me. And she's always taken care of me and done for me as such. And then you have my pops, the one that's with my petty grandmother now. Me and my brother are his favorite. You don't have to take care of me. You don't have to be there for me. You don't have to do nothing for me. Even God rest his soul, Ernie, he didn't have to do nothing for me. But he still knew that we loved to spend time with our grandma. Still took us in every other weekend, made sure we ate, made sure we, as long as we ain't break his one rule, don't hang out in my office, no matter circumstance. If you need to walk through it to get somewhere,
That's
do that,
why.
but don't hang out
That's
in my
where he
office.
had his porn stash in there.
Nah,
Yeah, him and his
he
grandma had
handled
little toys in there.
he handled both.
Ah.
I can't go into details about that. But yeah.
Oh, whoa.
But
Doing some
yeah, like
things.
my family, I've never seen it to where like it was like a really bad situation or you got a crazy baby daddy or a crazy baby mama or anything like that. And I'm glad for that because now when I dealing with a guy, he tells me he has kids. I'm looking for, okay, you got kids. I'm not looking to meet your kids no time soon. But what's your relationship with your baby mama or your baby daddy? Like
That's what I
what's that
ask.
going on? Like how's that going? And don't lie to me because I'm a really open book. And if I decide I still want to mess with you, just know that me messing with you ain't gonna be nothing more than just me messing with you.
I'm going to ask what your relationship is, but I'm also going to ask why your relationship ended.
You know, motherfuckers be lying.
And oh yeah, but I'm listening to it because yeah,
They
people
always end up
lie, and
giving themselves away.
some people always going to make themselves the victim.
You gotta give yourself
So
you gotta give yourself a little bit of like flack. Like, damn, I should have listened better. You know, I should have been a little bit more attentive. You know,
but he
saw
was
the
abusive
signs.
and he cheated on
But
me.
That's
He
what, as a
like,
man, you gotta give yourself a little bit of out. Like, you know, I was so busy at work
hey,
that
bro,
sometimes,
you want to know what gets them so mad when I ask that question? Because they're always throwing some. Oh, he was very abusive and he cheated on me. I said, oh, he was abusive. Like, what did he do exactly?
I'm gonna ask that too, like, cause I want to
And
know the
like, I just want to hear
details.
it. And she be like, well, he used to say things that I said, what did he say? Like I started digging in. Like I already know I'm an asshole for it. And so this one girl was like, it was so funny because she got mad, but then she was like, damn, I don't know why I'm mad, but you shouldn't have done that. So she was like, oh, he was abusive. I said, oh man, a man should never put his hands on you, man. Oh, he didn't hit me. I said, oh, so he was verbally abusive. She like, yeah. I said, what kind of things did he say? If you don't mind going into it, you know. And she was like, he used to say that, I gained weight and I look like I gained weight. I was like, oh man, you know, like we get older, we gain a little weight. Now he shouldn't say it like that. You know, he maybe say, baby, look, I'm gonna go for a walk. You want to walk with me? I say, but what size were you when y'all met? Like how, you know, how much? She was like, oh, when we met, I'm just gonna make something up. I was like 120, 130. I said, oh, okay. And how much were you when he started saying that? Oh, I was about 200. She said, I
Um,
lost weight since we
he's
broke
not
up. And I said,
he's not
okay.
being
So
abusive.
I'm like,
He's stating
now
the fact.
you didn't gain 20 pounds, baby girl. You gained 80. Just like if I gained 80 pounds, I would expect my girl to be like, hey, baby, back away from the fucking table now. You know, like, hey, baby, let's go work out. Like, come on. Like, we got to be mindful. And we like to use things to make ourselves seem like the victim all the time. But sometimes you just you was the person that fucked up in the relationship. You was the person that stopped caring. You like, if somebody meets you a certain way, the old folks always say this, the way you get them is the way you'll keep
Yeah.
them. And if you don't want to do what you did to get them or get her, you're going to lose them. If you was whining and dining her all the time and now y'all get together and you not whining and dining her no more, what she gonna do? She gonna leave. If you were a certain way when y'all met, if you not a certain way, it's one thing you had kids, it's another thing y'all been together for 20, 30 years. Hey, time you gonna wear it out. But y'all was together for 2 years, you gained 80 pounds in 2 years, no kids. Of course he's like, hey baby, maybe we need to
He's
work on
stating
this.
facts. I mean, I get there's a nicer
And she
way
was
about
five
going at
two.
it. Oh yeah, no, baby girl, he's stating facts.
Why man eyes got big?
Like he's
5'2",
stating
My
facts.
bad.
200.
I
That's
I
a
get
should
it.
have mentioned that she was 200 pounds at 5'2", and it's just like,
Uh-uh.
hey,
See, I'm sorry, and
hey, I'm a
And
big
this is
boy.
where, like, when it comes to stating facts versus being verbally abused, I sometimes argue with my friends when they tell me they're being verbally abused because I come from a brother who he don't give a fuck who you are,
They take
what
if
you're
you're not
doing.
happy
He's
with
gonna
somebody
tell
say
it
that doesn't mean it's
exactly.
abuse.
Exactly. He's gonna tell it how it is. He would go up to my cousin and be like, literally wiggle her arm and be like, "You getting fatter? What's going on?" Like,
I
and
mean, it's
she'll take it as
rude.
offense.
And I
Yes,
mean, it
it's
is
That
rude.
sounds like
rude.
It's
mayhem.
rude.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't do
It's
that.
rude, but it's because at the end of the day, he'll look at you, be like, when he's about to go work out, the first person on his mind is you, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm finna go work out. Do you want to work on this or not?" Like,
It's a little
It's
aggressive. A little aggressive.
he's an aggressive person. I'm not gonna
I
lie to
say
you, he's
this.
an aggressive person.
I meet a girl. I say, "Hey, I'm a big boy. I promise not to get no bigger than this. I may lose some weight, but I promise not to get no bigger than this. Are we on the same page? Okay, cool. Like it's just like, come on, like we know, especially when you get in a relationship, y'all gonna be eating, traveling. You know, you may gain a few here, but all right, we need to be mindful of that shit, and we should be able to say, hey, baby, we need to go. Let's go walking. Let's get a little more active. Like that's what I do. I'm never, and you can ask any of my exes. I will never say you need to work out some more because that's never gonna be the case. But if I notice that we're both just sitting here and not as active as we used to, and I'm noticing I'm putting on pounds, you putting on pounds, hey, I'm gonna start working out. But I say I want to get more healthy. Do you want to do it with me? We can do it together and motivate each other. She said, no, all right, cool. Still gonna do what I need to do, but I'm gonna invite you to come. And I had one ex that she was just like, I don't like to work out, but I'll go walking. All right, let's walk together. And we did that, and it's just like in a relationship, y'all got to do these things together. Y'all got to take these journeys together. We all gonna gain weight. We all gonna da da da. Well, let's just be mindful of it because, especially you talking about having a family and stuff, we got to be in shape for have kids. People don't realize you can't be out of shape with kids. Out of shape with kids bring a lot of issues.
You really can't.
First off, mommy, if you aren't not already working out, work out before you start deciding to have kids. That'll make sure your body pop back faster and your pregnancy will go a lot smoother. Fellas, if you talking about being a father later on, start working out, getting active, because you're gonna have to run around these little kids, keep them high and all that stuff, picking them up, all that. You picking up everybody in the house when you have kids, fellas. So
Facts. That's me right now.
put them on your shoulder.
I like how you said everybody. That includes the girl.
Yeah, oh, you picking up your girl, you picking up the kids, you picking up everybody. You better go to the gym, fellas. So it's just like we all need to be healthier. I think we don't talk about that in our community. Is eating better, making better choices, and being active. Everybody's not gonna have a six pack, but let's get more active. Let's do that. And when you start doing that as a couple, y'all really get somewhere. Just imagine you and your girl, y'all not in the best shape, or that y'all not at your goal shape. She may say, oh, I want my thighs to be a little tight. I want my arms to be tight. I want my stomach to be a little flatter. You may be like, man, I just want to get in shape, get a little more tone, boom, boom, boom. If y'all do that journey together, y'all are really working through that together. Y'all do.
On top
Y'all
of
be
that,
trying to do separate
that's
shit.
another bonding experience for y'all. Like
Thank
that's
you.
a different
You want to
level
go get
of
a
bonding.
trainer and have another nigga behind you, or have another female over here. Y'all do that shit together. If y'all get a trainer, let's get a trainer together. You know what? You over there with yours, I'm over here with mine, but we gonna be in here. Let's do this journey together, because at the end of the day, when y'all come back to home, y'all like, man, we did this. Because sooner or later, if one is going out there getting right and getting tight, and you just sitting on the couch all the time, they're gonna start looking at you like, damn, that's a lazy motherfucker right now. And you're gonna be lonely. I am so lonely. Head ass. All right. Any other things on this topic? If not, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
All right. Any final words, Vanilla?
Find yourself. Work on yourself. Because when you work on yourself, you working towards what you actually are going to want and what you're actually going to need in your future. Like,
I got big as shit. Need.
Don't do me. It's the Henny Colada, okay? Don't do me. But yeah, no, definitely work on yourself. now, please, especially my young ones, the ones that's in college. Like, no, like y'all really need to work on yourself, like for real.
Yeah. Mayhem. Last words.
Don't date nobody with kids. Both sides fucked up.
This nigga. Yeah.
On
My
both
last
sides.
words would be. My last words would be, like I say frequently, be honest with yourself and be honest with others. Know what you want and be willing to do the work to do it. I want to give a special shout out to everybody in the society that jumped on the IG and hollered at us and responded to our topics. I want to give a special shout out to our sponsor, Mixmasters. I want to give a special shout out to the network, C Media. Special shout out to, I didn't see all the comments, but I did see OG Sentley and Dre on here. Shout out to y'all for commenting. If anybody else commented before I got on here, I want to thank y'all as well. Y'all enjoying the show. That's on the Cash App, $ LB Easy Presents. That would help the show, help us keep going and doing what we do here. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Share the link. And until next time, I go by the name LB Easy, aka Passport Poppy. Here, my bro Mayhem, the beautiful Vanilla, and this was Vibe Society. Yeah, babe.